friends, my name is Lexi and today I will be sharing with you all of the books that I wanted to read this March for Middle Grade March. Cheers. It's kind of squeaky. My name is Lexi and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing with you all of the books that I would like to read this March, specifically for a readathon that I'm participating in called Middle Grade March. I'm doing something a little bit different this year and I'm not really doing like specific month-long themed TBRs. Instead, I am doing things broken down by the season. So spring, summer, fall, and winter. So if you would like to see all of the books that I am reading that have like contemporary, classics, literary fiction, thrillers, things like that, new releases, that's actually going to be on my spring TBR and I can link that down below and also up above on one of these things. I think, is it over here? I don't know. But there are a couple of exceptions, and those exceptions are when there is going to be like a month-long readathon that I usually participate in. And the one that I usually participate in every single year is Middle Grade March. So this is hosted every single year by Krista, Katie, and then more recently Amanda. They are the three hosts, and I will link down all of their channels as well as like all of the prompts for this readathon. But essentially, it's kind of saying, hey, do you know what would be fun? That's right, reading Middle Grade. Middle Grade March is essentially just encouraging people to pick up middle grade for the month of March. You don't really have to dedicate the entire reading month just to middle grade, but I will be dedicating most of my month to doing this, and I will also be doing a dedicated vlog. Hopefully all that goes well. But I have a big stack of books that I would like to attempt to read, and I would like to share them with you today. So if you love middle grade, you're in luck, because that's all this video is. It's just middle grade. Okay, so every year for this particular readathon, I end up putting together like a mood list of books that I kind of want to reach for. So I'm gonna be sharing these with you today, but I don't intend on reading all 10 of these books because I'm also doing other secret TBRs and other different like reading vlogs and things as well, but I'm hoping to get to at least 5 of these books. There are prompts for this readathon, so let me pull them up now. Okay, so let me go ahead and read off the prompts and then I'll tell you which books I'm reading for each prompt. Prompt number 1, a book with 5 or more words in the title. And the book that I'm choosing for this one is Hazel Bly and the Deep Blue Sea by Ashley Herring Blake. I will be prioritizing the 3 middle grades that I already listed in my 22 books to read in 2022. So you will see all 3 of those middle grades in this video. This particular book takes place off of the coast of New England. I think that the girl, Hazel Bly, is actually grieving the death, I believe, of one of her moms. And then she becomes friends with this girl in town and they are trying to find out if this local legend of a mermaid is true. So I'm really, really excited. I don't know how much of this is going to have some fantasy elements and how much is going to be contemporary, but Ashley Herring Blake actually writes mostly contemporary in middle grade and YA, so I am assuming that this is going to be contemporary. I've only read one other book from her and I was obsessed with it. I highly, highly recommend The Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James. It was beautiful. So I'm very, very excited to read this one. It's gonna be a winner. Yes, maybe, I think. The next one is a book featuring an orphan main character. I actually have one of 2 different books and they're both part of series. The first one is A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, which I don't have because I actually want to go out and thrift. And this is about 3 orphans, the Baudelaire orphans, whose parents tragically die in a fire and then they are kind of shuffled around from relative to relative and they have one great enemy, which is Count Olaf, I think, who's trying to steal their enormous fortune. That will be my first one, but my second one for this prompt I think is going to be Keeper of the Lost Cities, Exile by Shannon Messenger. This is a book that I was supposed to read last month with my friend Ami, but did I read this? No, I didn't. So will I be attempting to read it in March? Yes, I will. I love this series. I loved the first book so much. I won't tell you what the second book is about because I don't want to spoil anything, but the first book is about a girl named Sophie who discovers that maybe she has some magical abilities. She meets this magical, cute guy named Fitz. They go into this other world and then Sophie learns a lot about herself, who she is, and everything, and it's great. It's fantastic. It's like one of the best books I've ever read in middle grade. Highly, highly recommend. So I can't wait to continue on with the series. Okay, then let's go on. Number 3, a contemporary book. I can do that. So for a contemporary book, I would like to read The Brave, and this is by James Bird. This book is following Colin, and Colin has a unique condition that makes him count and say all of the like letters in words when he's having a conversation with somebody. I don't really know to what extent that means, but this unique condition is really isolating him from school, and I think that he's also getting really bullied. His father decides to send him to live with his mom, who lives on a reservation for, let me get this right, an Ojibwe reservation. There we go. And while he is there, I think he learns a little bit about his culture, his heritage, who he is, and I think he's learning how to live with his condition. I think it's going to be really, really fantastic. I don't know a lot going into this book. I think that this was the book for last year that all of them read. Like, this was their book pick for middle grade March, and I'm really, really excited to read it. I think it'll be fantastic. And I've heard that even though it is contemporary, it has some speculative elements to it, so I can't wait. The next one is a book set in Asia or featuring an Asian main character. Okay, I have 2 books for this prompt. The first one is a recommendation from my friend Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin, and that is Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, and this is by Grace Lynn, and this was a Newbery Honor Book Award winner. The back says that it is about young Minli, who lives in the valley of Fruitless Mountain, where she and her parents spend the days working hard in the fields. At night, Minli listens to her father's tales about the old man of the moon who knows the answers to everything. Minli sets out on a quest to find the old man of the moon. He will know how she can bring good fortune to her family. Along the way, she meets many magical friends, including a talking fish, a powerful king, and a dragon who can't fly. And then the other one that I'd also really like to try, if I can get to both of these, is going to be A Wish in the Dark, and this is by Christina Soontorvat. I believe that this all takes place in Thailand, I think. I know it says on the back, a dazzling fast-paced fantasy and a Thai-inspired twist on the classic Les Mis, and so I honestly picked it up because it's supposed to be a twist on Les Miserables, and that is one of my favorite musicals of all time. I'm so intrigued. I'm so interested. I don't know anything else about that, but I'm very, very excited to pick this up. I think it'll be wonderful. So hopefully I can get to both of those this month. And then the next prompt is a book that is older than you. Okay, for the prompt of reading a book that is older than you, I actually would like to read Momo, which I'm so excited about. So this is by Michael End, but this was actually a very, very kind gift from my friend Francisca. I can't wait to pick this up. This book was published in 1973. This particular book is about a girl named Momo. It says, at the edge of the city in the ruins of an old amphitheater, there lives a little homeless girl called Momo. Momo has a special talent which she uses to help all of her friends who come to visit her. Then one day, the sinister men in gray arrive and silently take over the city. Only Momo has the power to resist them, and with the help of Professor Hora and a strange tortoise, Cassiopeia, she travels beyond the boundaries of time to uncover their dark secrets. And I'm very excited about this because the author, Michael End, also wrote The Never-Ending Story, which is one of my very favorite books of all time. And I didn't even know that this book existed until it was gifted to me. So thank you so much, Francisca, and I can't wait to read it for this prompt. Technically, I have 4 other books that I would like to try squeezing in this month. The first one is Over the Wayward Wall, and this is by Deborah A. Baker, aka this is by Shauna McGuire. I don't know anything about this other than it is about 2 kids who go into like another world, and it is by one of my favorite authors of all time, Shauna McGuire. This is a book that I have talked about so much on my channel. It's The Scandalous Sisterhood of Prickwillow Place. This is a murder mystery about a group of girls who live in a boarding school and whose principal was murdered, poisoned to death, and they don't want to get the police involved at all because they don't want to be like sent home. So they decide to try to crack this case themselves. The other one that is going to be a huge priority is Amari and the Night Brothers. This is also going to be doubling for my 5 or more words in a title. This is a book that I've just heard so much about, and you guys, like, there's no excuse as to why I have not read this. I think this is probably the first book I will be getting to on this list. It's about a girl named Amari whose brother goes missing. She discovers a magical ticking briefcase in his closet, and that transports her to this place where she can basically try out to be part of a secret magical society. Next one, Love, Sugar, and Magic by Anna Mariano. This particular book is about Lenora, and Lenora discovers one day that the bakery that her mom, aunts, and sisters all run is actually kind of like a cover-up for their business as brujas, or witches. I think that they actually bake magic into what they bake. Yeah, like the bread is magical and things. And so she's determined to join the family business. I think she's too young, so she tries some of this magic on her own. It sounds really fun. It sounds super, super cute. I can't wait to read it. And then finally, this is a book that I really want to pick up. It's called Everything Sad is Untrue, a true story by Daniel Nayeri. This is about a boy who everyone calls Daniel, and he tells the tale of his family as they were fleeing from his country and trying to come to America. And everyone thinks that what he's saying is not true, but they are all true events. And we're kind of just like unpacking and learning about his history, his family's history, his culture, and what it's like to try to become a part of America. I've heard that this is heartbreaking. I've heard that this is really sad, which means I'm probably going to love it because I love books that make me cry. The cover looks beautiful, and yeah, that's that one. There are other books that I'm really interested in as well, but those are the main ones that I'm going to be prioritizing this month. Are you going to be participating in middle grade March? Please let me know down below. And if you have any middle grade recommendations, I would actually love to know. I really want to know. And if you have gotten to this part of the video, can you please leave me a lemon emoji? You guys, I got my nails done. I asked if he could do like little lemons onto my nails. I am obsessed. Just FYI, I love lemons so much. I'm like a big fan of lemonade. Big fan of, but also like when I was growing up, I was so weird. I would actually cut lemons in half. I would sprinkle them with salt and I would just suck them. Everyone thought I was weird, totally destroyed my teeth, obsessed with lemons. I put lemon juice on everything, even things that like you should not put lemon juice on. So yeah, leave me a lemon. And I think that's everything. So until next time, book lovers, keep your head in the clouds and your heart in a book, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!
Always think of you when spring comes, like it's something in the air at that time, don't know why. Always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat